are in one of our fields. This field is about 1.5 acres, roughly rectangular in shape. One of the sides is enclosed by the perimeter fence, and the other 3 sides are enclosed by our permanent interior fence. Nick has just moved our breeding group of sheep and goats. These are all our females. And because we do the rotational grazing, we cut this field up into different strips, and we do that by using the portable electronet that you just saw Nick put up and take down. This field, when we bought the farm a couple years ago, was in tremendously bad shape. So about 4 years on, we're glad to see that we have much less woody and sticky sort of bushes. We had goldenrod, for the 2nd and 3rd years, and that has finally subsided this year. So there is some evidence that we're seeing that using this rotational grazing system is actually improving the land itself, and we haven't had to till it or reseed it. So when you're planning on doing rotational grazing, there's several factors to consider. One of them is that the more intensively you manage the rotation of the animals, possibly the more fence you need. So you probably need a good reason to make that investment and to be out here basically every day moving your sheep and goats. We definitely think that it's a reasonable and important investment to make, and that it has good outcomes for our farm. So we have seen the pasture improve over the course of the 4 years that we've been here. And we also think that it's part of the humane aspect and increases the animal welfare of our farm. We are out here several times a day. We see the animals, we get to know them, and you even have to train them to move that often. So we use a clicking noise, and that is the signal to the animals that we are going to move them to new pasture. And it's really interesting to be able to interact with the animals in a meaningful way in their natural environment.
So shelters and shade are important when out on pasture, especially in a big open field like this. The animals do need protection from the sun, a little bit of protection from weather. It never hurts. We decided we wanted to build shelters once and never have to deal with them again. So they are built heavy duty out of marine grade plywood and some lumber cut from our farm. We have a small sawmill here. They're designed to be picked up with our forks on our tractor, so we can pick them up, lift them, and put them over top of any fencing. They're also designed for winter. We've got multiple ones of these to stack end after end, creating a long tunnel shelter for our sheep and goats to overwinter in. In certain times of the year, we're not always having them in fields. They get their shelter in the woods or with some autumn olive trees, like you just saw. We moved them into an area with autumn olive. That's their shelter out on the field.